The London Independent reports that Swiss researchers have found that Alpine glaciers melting under the impact of climate change are releasing highly toxic pollutants that have been absorbed by the ice for decades. Their study, published in the journal Environmental Science and Technology, of the layers of sediment from an alpine lake revealed sharp buildups of now banned chemical compounds from industry and farming, including dioxins and pesticides like DDT. The concentration of persistent organic pollutants, or POPs, fell after the 1970s as many of those compounds were banned. Scientists found an unusual resurgence in more recent sediment from the lake from the past 10 to 15 years. They concluded that the lake, the Oberarse, was largely fed by water from a nearby melting glacier that was releasing pollutants at a level comparable to when the compounds were still in use. The report reads, quote, "At this stage, our study indicates that accelerated glacier melting due to global warming may also account for enhanced release of legacy organic pollutants at historically high levels." One of the scientists, Peter Schmid, told Agence France-Presse that their findings were replicated at two other glacial lakes in the Swiss Alps. Another lake that was not fed by glaciers did not show any increase in the compounds. The authors say that it is the first time that glaciers were demonstrated to be a secondary source of such pollution.
The press service reports that the world's accelerating extinction crisis is showing no signs of slowing, despite national and international commitments to reduce the rate of biodiversity loss. The last big promise to act was in 2003, when government ministers from 123 countries pledged to stem the loss by 2010. Experts convening an international meeting in South Africa this week agree that target will not be met next year, which is also the International Year of Biodiversity. Georgina Mace of the International Diversitas Program, a broad science-based collaborative, said, quote, "It is hard to imagine a more important priority than protecting the ecosystem services underpinned by biodiversity. By some estimates, 12,000 species go extinct every year, and the rate is accelerating. Akin to a cataclysmic asteroid, pollution, logging, overexploitation, consumption, land use changes, and engineering projects have produced the planet's sixth great extinction of species. Freshwater ecosystems may be the first collapse of one of Earth's life support systems in 13,000 years. Species that live in lakes and rivers are vanishing 4 to 6 times faster than anywhere else on the planet. Some experts predict that by 2025, not a single Chinese river will reach the sea except during floods." Hal Mooney, also of Diversitas, says governments are not yet ready to integrate or mainstream biodiversity concerns into their daily decision-making. He said, quote, "It will be at least another year. There is a mismatch between speeds of ecosystem decline and political decision-making." Thanks for watching The Global Report. I'm Eamon Martin.
And I'm Ellie Morris.
The Global Report is a 501c3 nonprofit news organization. To find out more about these stories and others, or to listen to our weekly radio program, visit our website, theglobalreport.org.
If you'd like to underwrite or support our program or see our show on your local public access channel, send us an email at globaltv@theglobalreport.org.
Tune in again next week for more news from the front lines.